I'm Emma. I'm 29. Hi.
I'm Aliya. I'm 19, turning 20 in 3 months.
I'm Nawwaf. I'm 9. I was born a hospital, of course, in Samarinda.
I was born in Jakarta.
I'm from Canada, a city outside of Toronto.
And we lived at my aunt's house. And then we moved to... My passion is soccer or a comedian or a gamer. I have moved to Australia.
I don't think
Just
you
been
moved
there
to
for 10 days.
I don't
No,
think that's
we just
moving.
stayed there in 10 days.
Gak pernah pindah kemana-mana sih. I'm just here all my life. I'm a high school graduate. I'm supposed to be in college, but I'm gap yearing right now because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Most of the things I do is graphic design work, and I have a couple of things of my own. I have small projects with my friends. I make rugs. That is still masih progress. It's not really there yet. I was homeschooled, yeah. High school aja sih. Because in my head, I don't want to spend 3 years just studying. I feel like in 3 years, I can do so much more. I worked for a while being in school. I have time to have other projects outside of school.
Maybe I'll say it like this. When I was 9 years old, so when I was as old as Nawwaf, it was 2000. It was Y2K. When I was 19, I had a gap year also, but not necessarily because I wanted to, but because of a computer glitch, like kind of weird and gave me an existential crisis. But I think it was better because it taught me more about life. When I finally went to school, I did my uni, which I studied fine art and economics. When I was 19, I went on a trip to Europe, and that was my first time leaving the country. But then when I was 21 or 22, I started kind of traveling. I went to New York City, which you can take a bus from Canada and go there. I knew that I wanted to make clothes and do something fashion related, but if I did it in Canada, I'm probably not going to become anything because our creative industry is very small, and it's also pretty expensive to live. And then because I traveled, I knew that I could come to Asia. So then I looked around and researched and was really creepy on the internet and found out okay, what's the coolest design, language situation, what's the everything. And then I picked here, and I just finished in 2018 maybe. I graduated from ESMOD, and now I still live in Indonesia. I just got a contract on for a year to make a studio, which is kind of a life dream of mine since I was 21, but I never had the opportunity to be able to do it until now. So yeah, we're making it work.
That was deep. That was so wow.
I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
Being nice and respecting each other. That's what I think.
Tolerance is somehow really simple. Kayak it's basically just minding your own business. It's all about respect, understanding that we are different, but then kayak also understanding that there's no problem being different.
The meaning gets lost because actually tolerance is not really a positive thing. Tolerance implies that, what you said is correct, but what tolerance actually implies is that there is a group that is the correct group, and they are just allowing the other group that is incorrect to exist. They're tolerating their existence. They're just okay, you can be there. But what's actually better than tolerance is acceptance, and then actually embracing that difference and being you're different, and I'm also different. We are all different, instead of thinking that you're different from us, but we're going to allow you to exist. It's kind of higher than tolerance, where you're not just okay, for example, in North America, maybe in certain places, maybe in the States, or where people are usually Christian white in the South, maybe they still have problems with racism. They would be okay, we tolerate Black people, but they know that they used to have them as slaves. So it's like a different dynamic. Or maybe they would be like, we tolerate people wearing hijab, or we tolerate people being Muslim, but they actually have a problem with it. Like they themselves don't understand why people would want to wear hijab. They think it's out of oppression. They don't really get it. Whereas acceptance would actually be understanding the issue. You have to know what something is to accept it. You have to learn about it. You have to actually care to educate yourself. So I think accepting is actually understanding what it is and then choosing like, yes, I support that thing. You can do that thing. You can be free to choose that thing. I think that's acceptance and understanding it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect your own choices, your own way of life, if that makes sense.
Basically, the same as Emma, because I can't really.
When you're accepted, you feel like you are appreciated. I don't the tolerance experience I kind of don't remember that much, but the acceptance one, yes. I got into the season of the soccer team.
Di tempat music in
Tara.
another religions.
Yeah, Vihara.
They're also accepting you when they don't judge you based on your religion, and just because that's where they pray, they still are letting you in. They're letting you study your music there.
I went to a school. It's very diverse. Like the kids there, they came from different backgrounds and different religions. Dari TK sampai SD, we would all celebrate every holiday from every like religion, and everyone tuh harus participate. Christmas, my school manggil pastor. He's there to explain what Christmas is and what they do, and then nanti the kids yang do celebrate, they would like tell their experiences or anything that they use to celebrate kayak dibawa, and they display them and like the food that they eat on the holiday, and they would like present and we would all eat together and try. I remember having a classmate agamanya Hindu dan dia Hindu sendiri, jadi kelas agamanya nggak ada, right? Because there's never been a Hindu kid in the school. My school made a class for him. They make us realize from an early age kayak that it's not just us in this world, As I get older, itu waktu I decided to wear the hijab to cover my hair. I remember saying to my friends, do you see me any different? Because I feel kind of weird, different. And then my friends just like, it's all right, kayak it's no big deal. Okay, you wear this and you wear this and we don't, and that's fine. And also, my friend group tuh agamanya beda-beda. Kayak they would, yang agamanya nggak Islam, suka ngingetin yang Islam kayak, I think you should pray. Not just bukan cuman kayak understanding that they're there and they're different, but kita as a group being different, we actually understand everyone's thing.
Where they literally will like invite me in to do something even though they know I'm not Muslim. Like before it was Ramadan and I was in Pasar Majestic, I was chatting to like this ibu that was helping me with my project. And then it was like buka puasa. So they're like, oh, we must buka like here, ikut aja. Kamu pernah coba ini? And they just give me food as well from like their kampung, from Padang, and we all like eat together. And it's just like cute, But we also do that with Christmas, because for us, Christmas is a cultural thing, not really a religious thing. And even my Hindu friends or Muslim friends, they celebrate Christmas. It's not really about Christianity. It's more about capitalism, LOL. And accept me, like when I'm lost, when I first came here, like I can't talk. I just have to like pick someone on the street, usually a security guard, and just give him my phone to talk to the person. That's pretty accepting or tolerating someone. You are listening to someone's perspective from their culture or whatever, but then when they say things that's actually directly about like harming people, kind of violent, or like something that's out of a really negative place of hurting someone else because of they don't match. For me, I can't be tolerant to that. I actually reject that, because if you look deeply at, if you are saying that because of your religion, all religions at the core do preach acceptance and love.
The limits of tolerance is No limits. I got no limits. What's the other one? Not acceptance.
What makes you not accept something? What's something that you're like, gue nggak bisa terima, where you're just like, no.
Yeah, like,
Nobody touches my PS.
oh
So,
yeah.
yeah, what if
If somebody coughs on it, I was like, wash your hands.
You tolerate violence or bullying?
I don't like violence. But I like seeing violence.
Oh
in
no.
video
different
games?
Yeah.
Not in real life.
and movies.
Yeah.
If I like doing violence, but I do it to an invisible person.
Kalau in terms of religion, kayak sexuality, I have no limits. Okay, you believe what you want to believe, you are what you are. Yeah, as long as it doesn't hurt any people, it doesn't hurt anyone, then yeah, you do you, basically. In terms of maybe kayak in, like behavior, I really don't tolerate behavior in a friend group. Something simple kayak if you really don't treat your friends the way, getting like nicer, or like they talk behind their backs, and I really have no time for that. I'm the type of person yang kayak I know what I stand up for and I know what I want. Jadi I'm very clear about my boundaries. Tapi terus if someone else is like, tapi bisa, I can still compromise on certain matters. Kayak if needed, I will compromise and I will try to understand and find middle ground if needed. Absolutely. Bukannya kayak enggak, pokoknya enggak mau, kayak I don't want to understand. It's just like just keep an open mind basically. SMP kelas 2 dan 3 di pesantren gitu, Islamic type thing, and there's this family, they just moved here, so ibunya orang Padang but the dad is African American, and their kids, well, they're physically, they're black, right? Being the new kids in school, everyone's like, being a new kid in school aja, everyone is already like, new kids, kayak siapa sih, and gitu kan. And then them being black here, mereka makin kayak, what is going on? Like, what are you? Who are you? And so I came up to them and I was like, kayak, hi, my name's Aliya, kayak, you're new here, yeah, well, gini-gini. Terus mereka bilang, you're actually the first one. Introduce yourself and like trying to be friends, and like, because everyone kayak scared. Everyone's like, seeing things on the internet, kayak Muslims kayak shutting down churches. It's very heartbreaking for me because I just don't understand. And then mereka bilangnya kayak, oh, I'm defending my religion. But then like, what? You don't have to defend your religion.
Yeah, it's not a war. It doesn't have to
it's
be
not
a war.
It does, yeah, kayak the other religions exist and nggak ada yang superior,
Listening to my friends' stories, like after 9/11, a lot of my Muslim friends, their family cannot wear hijab because it's not safe for them, and they have to change their names to sound less Muslim. I have like a lot of stories like that I've heard from my friends, even ones that like things that happen like literally every day.
They were being racist about black people. Remember? Yeah, that. And in school, no, because they of course taught us about it's okay to be friends with other cultures like that. It was sad. They attacked an innocent family.
They innocent families all the time. Obviously, like we've heard of racism and learned of racism, but as a white person, I cannot really experience racism. I can experience prejudice, I can experience discrimination, but I can never experience racism. And when I went to Thailand, I went to this Pasar Malam. When I tried to find a taxi, everyone closed their thing. They didn't want to even deal with me. And on the street, I want to find something to drink. All of the store closed their store or actually tell me to leave. Like straight up, just shut everything and be like, no, and make me leave. If your family have umba or driver or supir, like what's their life?
Yeah.
What's their life like? What's happening there? Like how different is your reality from someone else literally right in front of you.
Tolerance and acceptance emang it's not that black and white, right? If people don't compare, if people don't kalau mereka nggak punya superiority complex gitu-gitu, I feel like it would make the world a better place.
You have to be nice and respectful.
Yeah, listen, but genuinely listen to people's stories and hear what they have to say and hear about their reality and feel their pain, like literally walk a mile in someone else's shoes.
I think it would like make people happy because then kaya nobody's all up in my business. So like
it probably wouldn't be happy because there would be a lot of crazy stuff to go down. But maybe in the future, after crazy stuff happens, it could probably, hopefully, be better.
Yes. Yes. Tolerance and acceptance makes people happy.
Choosing to stay ignorant and just like choosing not to kayak males kayak it's not really nggak nge-affect gue jadi gue nggak harus tahu gitu. I feel like that's not a good mindset. I feel like my message is like take advantage of the technologies we have today to better ourselves and to because the future obviously bisa lebih baik kalau misalkan everyone mulai dari diri sendiri nggak usah kayak pengen benerin orang lain. Kayak why try to like benerin orang lain when you have yourself to always there's always room for improvement and like to better yourself always. So just use the privileges that you have to educate yourself. See,
Tolerance is good for the world because it will help more people be more respective. Yeah, and it's just gonna make the world easier. It's gonna make the world simple and easy.
I think that tolerance is like not the conversation people need to be having. Like it's the starting, but like tolerance itself isn't gonna change the problem because it's still creating an othering. Like tolerance is still creating an us versus you, a group of majoritas versus like the few others that live in it. You don't have to go through this whole, oh, we're gonna be tolerant. No, you should just skip to fast forward to being like actually accepting and understanding of everyone's reality and struggles they deal with every day and how that affects their chances in society. I think that is the important thing. But I know that that's pretty intense. But we are talking about intense things.
Bye.
Bye.
It's literally just like semuanya sama. We are all on the same. We're humans first before we have these other identities.